Hello there, Tim Tyler here from Coldwell Banker Realty in Maplewood, New Jersey. Over the past 6 weeks, I've presented a number of these videos to you. They've covered everything from what's happening and what isn't in the real estate world to some ideas on what to read during this stay-at-home order to some tips on how to look more professional on Zoom. Today, I'm going to come back to the market a little bit. I've had a number of questions come to me, what's the market really doing? What do things look like right now? So I dug into it and had a look at some of the numbers, and I'm going to share with you a little bit about what's happening with the market that we can right now. I'm going to start with the inventory, our active listings, what's on the market, what's available. And I put together this chart, which you see starts all the way back in January of 2019 to give you some context here. And you can see that we hit sort of a peak in terms of our inventory around April, May of 2019, and that overall things have been dropping pretty steadily since then. We had a little bit of a bump in the fall, and then things just kept on going. And as you can see, when we get down here to the end on the right hand side there, you will see that it drops off a bit, and that's March and April. So we can see that our inventory has begun to drop. Now active inventory is made up of a number of pieces. Whatever was on the last month, plus what's come on new, minus what has gone under contract, and then also minus those that might have either expired or have been withdrawn from the market for one reason or another. So we're going to take a look at two of those components now of that inventory. First one we're going to look at is new listings. These are listings that have come on during that month. So here we see the chart of the new listings, again starting in January of 2019 and going up through the 27th of April. Actually, the 26th of April is when my numbers are. I did check again this morning. So far today, the only thing that's happened is one price change. So no big changes yet, and it's pretty unlikely that we'll see any huge turnaround between now and the end of April. So again, you can see we have new listings. They come ramping up from the beginning of January 2019 and reach a peak around May or so of 2019. And then they come down and we see a big kind of drop off, which you kind of expect. Very few houses are listed in late summer. So August we hit this little valley, and then it comes and turns around and goes back up in the fall. We had a pretty good number of properties come onto the market in the fall. And then it drops down, as you would expect, to near zero in December. Not a whole lot comes onto the market in December. January, of course, now you do see a big jump up there. And then it's been kind of steady, a little bit up, a little bit down from there till now. And one of the interesting things you see, the blue lines in all of these charts are Maplewood. The orange lines are South Orange. These are the two primary markets that I work in, South Orange and Maplewood. The one strange thing, in general, Maplewood has a bigger volume than South Orange. However, just in this month of April, we have seen that more homes have come on the market in South Orange than in Maplewood. In general, just kind of reinforcing that the last 3 months really have been kind of up and down for the market in terms of new listings in Maplewood and South Orange. And then the third chart we're going to look at here are the under contracts. So the new listings are what's adding to our current inventory. The under contracts are what's taking away from that. And here again we see big surge at the beginning of last year. Again, between April and May, kind of reached a peak as far as houses going under contract. And from there, in South Orange, the orange line that you see drops off pretty steeply towards the end of summer, whereas in Maplewood it kind of it has a little roller coaster dip there, and then it comes down just kind of steadily. And both numbers really from there, South Orange with a brief uptick in the fall, and then both came down till again the December time frame. Things reach a low, and then they both started to trend up a bit. South Orange is kind of up and down till March, and then we see this steep fall off into April. So that is one thing that we can clearly see. while the inventory has either held steady or maybe ticked up a little bit, the number of homes coming off the market, the number of under contracts, has really plunged. So here we see kind of a picture of the market from the inventory standpoint. Now I know what a lot of you would like to know about is prices. And that's a little bit more difficult story to tell. First of all, while we haven't had too many go under contract, we also haven't had all that many close, and all of those that have closed in the past month had already gone under contract before the stay-at-home order. I think all but one of them had gone under contract before that. So we're not going to really get much pricing information or sales information from that. That information is probably about a month out, and we'll see if I can bring you another video at that time with an idea of what's happened to prices since then. But right now, one thing that we can look at is price changes. So here I have a little bit of information on the price changes that have taken place. In April, there were only 9 properties, and as of this morning, a 10th property that changed price. That's an extremely low number. And the average change was a drop of $15,000. Compare that to March, we had 33 changes with an average change of a little over $19,000. And if we want to look back even a little bit further, if we compare April so far this year to April of 2019, we see that there were 31 changes with an average change of $40,000 in April of last year. That seems to indicate that there was a pretty significant general change in pricing last year, which I can say that I think I did see that, last year prices kind of, after a number of years of going steadily up, kind of flattened off, and that's what we're seeing reflected there. So what does this mean? Well, what it means is that at least for April, we haven't seen very many withdrawals. We haven't seen very many price changes at all. Sort of like the market is kind of in suspended animation here. Nobody really wants to make a move just yet. So that's where we kind of stand right now. There are some properties coming on, not a huge amount, but there are some properties coming on. There are a few properties going under contract, although that number has dropped off sharply. And prices, at least for now, from the listing side, seem to be holding relatively steady. I hope this information helps you. If you are interested in selling your home, if you are interested in buying a home, I'm here to help now or once the stay-at-home orders are lifted. I'd be happy to help you with that. In the meantime, as always, stay well, be strong. Thank you.